All right, on this chapter, we're going to go over the basics of how to copy a report and do some very basic functionality. In most cases, when I work with dealers and they're customizing reports, they're adding in columns, removing columns, and kind of moving them around. They're not doing very complicated things. Now, the tool will let you do some very interesting and very cool things, but for the sake of this video and just kind of the basics, we're going to cover how to copy a report, how to add in columns, how to move them around, and how to control the sorting of them. All right, so what I can do is if I have a particular report that I'm interested in copying, let's take parts fees for example here. I can go in and I can click the copy icon, and what that's going to do is allow me to give it my own name. Maybe I want to put my name or a date. I can give it a description. I can decide who the owner of the report is in this case, and default will always be the user logged in. You can hit continue, and what this is going to do is open up the report in Editor. Now it's going to show real data based off the information that's in the report today, which is good. So you can see, how your changes are impacted. Now, the number one thing people are doing with these reports are adding and removing columns. So let's see how to do that. If you look down in your report, you'll have a row here where it has the report name, a filter icon where filters are applied. All the way to the right of that, we'll see three triple dots. I can click that here and I can click settings. Once settings opens, I'll come over to the navigation bar here and click settings again. Once I land on this page, I'm going to see a list of all the columns that are already in the report. If I want to remove a column, maybe I don't need to see the vendor associated. We can see right here we got fee associated vendor. I can always just remove it by hitting the minus icon and hit apply, and now it's removed. I can also organize these columns. Maybe I want my invoice number before invoice status. I can click that, drag it, apply, and know those two have been searched. I can also move my rows by just clicking and dragging like I could in Excel or Google Sheets. And you'll notice a number one and a number two on top of the columns. These are the default sorting methods for the report. So in this public report, our first sort was by invoice date. And then after we do invoice date, our sort was by invoice number. If you want to set a third uh, sort, you can. You find the column you want, you click it, and you can see there it added in a third sort. I can click that to go ascending, descending. And if I want to remove a sort, I can click it a third time. You notice it's gone. If I want to remove the two, I can click once, twice, and now it's gone. I'm left with my original sort. If I want to add in columns or I want to add and remove at the same time, I'll come up here to edit columns and I'll click this pencil here. And from here, what it's going to do is show me all fields that are in by a checkbox. And then I can always go in and check a box of something I want to add. So let's see the fee associated with the vendor code. I can hit continue, hit apply. And what that's going to do is add it in on my list. I can move it up if I want it. Here, hit apply, and it'll move it in the right order. Again, that's really easy to do. It's just a little bit of muscle memory getting there. You can also adjust your column widths if you'd like. You can see by clicking and dragging them. I can do that there. Lots of settings you can do around the columns here. But in terms of the basics, adding columns, removing columns, controlling the sorting, that's the easy way to do it. Once you have all your changes made that you want, you're going to hit save. It's going to save it under the name that you had. It's been saved. And now, if I want, it's going to update and I could, run some test numbers even right here from the editor. Once I leave the editor and I come over to my custom reports, I can see them here. Now, once you add a custom report, we do have a little bit of additional icons you can use. We can mark it as a favorite, so I don't have to come to my custom reports. I can schedule it. If I need to open it up and edit it again, I can click the pencil. It'll take me right into the report where I was at, and I can come in and make some changes. I can also decide who has access to the report. So this was what was important about assigning who the owner is. Right now, none of these users have permission, but I could go in and decide that I want to let Mac have read and modify, or full access. I can set that, hit save, and decide. And I can even copy a copied report again, or I can delete my custom report here. So Custom reports is something you should really be using in DX1. Don't be afraid of some of the basics. As you probably saw looking around during that video, there's a lot of options for building some incredible report tools, but it takes time to learn. So, in terms of the basics, now you know how to copy a custom report, how to add, remove columns, deal with some sorting, deal with some column widths, eventually save it, access it, and assign it to users in the future.